And again, I'm going to thank those brothers, not for robbing the pastor, but I'm going to thank them for not harming the congregation. Because you know what they could have did? Thank God they didn't. But do you know what they could have did? Thank God they didn't. But do you know what they could have did? They could have robbed everybody inside the church. They didn't have to stop at the pastor. They did not have to stop at the pastor. They could have robbed every elder, every mother, every father. They could have took the Jordans off your children's feet, your daughter's earrings out of her ear. They could have robbed the whole damn church. Stop going to church if there is no security. Stop going to church if there is no security. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Somebody inside the church I got the feeling that some of these church robberies are set up from the inside. I think there's an inside man working with the goons to get these black churches robbed. I think there's an inside man working with the goon squad to get these churches robbed. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. See, people are losing their respect for the black church because everybody sees that the black church is a business. People are losing their respect for the black church because everybody sees that the black church is now a business. When Dr. King was around, black church was a service. When Nat Turner was around, black church was a service. When Frederick Douglass was pastoring up in New York, black church was a service. When Bishop Turner was around, black church was a service. Black church is no longer a service. Black church is a business. Black church is no longer about spirituality. Black church is about capitalism. So the way these young brothers are looking at the church, they like, that's not God in there. How can that be God house? How can that be God house when everybody in this neighborhood is broke, hungry, and unemployed? But the pastor living good, his family living good, his son living good, his wife living good, the people on the choir living good, the deacons is living good, the bishops is living good, and I'm living in hell? How can that be God's house? That ain't God's house. That's a house of hypocrisy. In fact, the way they see it, they think they're doing God a service by robbing the black church. Listen to me. Listen to me. Understand, overstand, and understand. You got these young folks, they like, wait a minute. If that church is full of hypocrites, if that church is full of hypocrites, if that church is full of people who claim to be doing God's work and all they doing is robbing the poor, if that church is full of people who claim to be doing God's work and all they do is rob the poor, maybe I'm doing God a service by going in there and robbing the church. Maybe God wants me to go in there and rob this den of thieves. They say there's no honor amongst thieves. So if the pastor is a thief, if the preacher is a thief, if the bishop is a thief, if the deacon is a thief. I'm not disrespecting the churches who do God's work. I'm not disrespecting the churches who do God's work. I'm not disrespecting the churches who do God's work. I'm saying for the hypocritical churches. For the hypocritical churches. For the hypocritical churches who talk Jesus, but they only care about money. For the hypocritical church, that a den of thieves cannot be a sanctuary of God. A den of thieves cannot be a sanctuary of God. A den of thieves cannot be a sanctuary of God. And so all I'm saying is, if your church is a den of thieves, if your church is a den of thieves, if what you got came from stealing from black folks, if what the black church has came from stealing from black folks, if what the pastor has came from stealing from black folks, what do you say to a group of young brothers who hungry, got kids to feed, who say, if they stole it from the community, why can't I go steal it back and feed my family? If the black church stole their money from our community, how am I wrong to go into the church and steal it back? I ain't shoot nobody. I ain't stab nobody. I ain't punch nobody. I ain't stomp nobody. All I did was say, get down and lay down. In fact, you know what they call it? They don't call it robbery. They call it reparations. They don't call it robbery. They call it reparations. They don't call it robbery when they go into the black church. They call it spiritual reparations. The black church been robbing black folks since Dr. King died, ain't been doing nothing for the black community. So these brothers are coming in to get their spiritual reparations from the den of thieves. I don't support it. I don't encourage it. I don't condone it. But what I am saying, it's a new day for the black church. The black church better check itself. The black church had better check itself, had better get some security. And I'm telling all my beautiful African sisters and elders, do not go to church if they do not value your security. Do not go to church if they do not value your life. Do not take your children to church unless you are absolutely certain that you're going to get out of there and your children are going to get out of there safe. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just only telling the truth. Let me drink some more of my $6 water. But Chicago, I will be back. Chicago, I will be back. Chicago, I will be back 1 week before the second annual Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Festival. Chicago, I will be back 1 week before the second annual Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Festival. I will be in Washington Park here in Chicago on Monday, September the 5th. I will be in Washington Park here in Chicago on Monday, September the 5th for the International Festivals of the Arts. I will be speaking at the Authors Pavilion, and I will hopefully have the second edition of my first book, Psychoacademic Holocaust, with me. And I will definitely have the new book, Black Parent Advocate. So if you miss me today at the Bantu Fest, and if you missed me yesterday at the Bantu Fest, I will be back in Chicago in exactly 5 weeks. I will be back in Chicago in exactly 5 weeks for the International Festival of the Arts. Toledo, Ohio, you are up next. Toledo, Ohio, you are up next. Toledo, Ohio, I will see you on Thursday, August 11th. Toledo, Ohio, I will see you on Thursday, August 11th. Toledo, Ohio, I will see you on Thursday, August 11th. Free event. Detroit, drive to Toledo. Detroit, drive to Toledo. Detroit, Toledo is only 40 minutes. Detroit, Toledo is only 40 minutes. Cleveland, I will see you on August 19th, Marcus Garvey Day. Cleveland, I will see you on August 19th, Marcus Garvey Day at the African American Museum of Cleveland. New York City, I will see you in Harlem on Garvey's birthday, August the 17th. New York City, I will see you in Harlem on Garvey's birthday, August the 17th. Newark, New Jersey, I will see you on Saturday, August the 13th at Source of Knowledge Bookstore, Marcus Garvey celebration. Newark, New Jersey, I will see you on Saturday, August the 13th, Source of Knowledge Bookstore in New Jersey. Marcus Garvey birthday. So we got Newark, New Jersey, Garvey Day on August the 13th. We got Harlem, New York, Garvey Day on August the 17th. We got Cleveland, Ohio, Garvey Day on August the 19th. And then we have Nat Turner Land, brothers and sisters. Leo season ends in Nat Turner Land. August the 21st will be the 191st memorial of the greatest black revolutionary to ever walk on American soil, the Honorable Prophet Nathaniel Turner. Join me in Nat Turner Land on Sunday, August the 21st. Join me on Nat Turner Land where we honor the greatest black preacher in American history. Nat Turner was the greatest black preacher in American history. And I want all of you to be there. But make sure I see everybody on Saturday, September the 10th. Make sure all of you are at 601 East 17th Street in Wilmington, Delaware. On Saturday, September the 10th, you are to be at 601 East 17th Street in Wilmington, Delaware for the second annual Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Festival. Please go to FDMGfestival.com and register tonight. Please go to FDMGfestival.com and register tonight. Make sure you join the FredHamptonGunClub.com. Make sure you join the FredHamptonGunClub.com. Make sure you join the FredHamptonGunClub.com. Make sure you join the New Black Panther Party. Make sure you join the New Black Panther Party. Make sure you join the New Black Panther Party. Make sure you join the Fred Hampton Gun Club and the New Black Panther Party. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Send your check or money order payable to the FDMG Academy. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Hit the Cash App for the shockumentary, $Dr. Umar Johnson. Hit your Zelle for the shockumentary, 215-989-9858. Hit your PayPal for the shockumentary, paypal.me/Umar the Psych.